The amount of people I have seen lately on TikTok smearing with the beauty blender, baby, that's not what it's for.
Welcome to Trash Pop Digital Universe, where you can be anybody in the world. You can live your life here on the internet. Be who you are, share a pic, baby, now you're set.
Hi everyone! I'm Priscilla Cybin, and this is Trash Pop. Ooh. I am so excited to be back here on YouTube.com because I have a new filming setup. And I am so excited to show you my new drag look. As you can see, I kind of upgraded my look, Priscilla 2.0. And it has been so long since I've been here on YouTube. I know I keep up with some people on Twitter and Instagram, but the YouTube community has really been missing Trash Pop lately. I know. I hope you tuned in last week to see Luna explain a little bit of what we've been up to. She mentioned that I finished grad school, and this is true. And now I'll be getting my first big girl job and going off to the big city and starting my dreams. No, but I did manage to find a job, and I'm really happy about it. And I'm really excited too because it gives me the freedom to create more videos, which is totally what I plan on doing. So today we are going to be doing a little bit of a makeup tutorial video. I'm going to take you from the very beginning, no makeup, no wig, nothing, and show you how I get to this point. So if you want to see how I go from this to this, then keep on watching. Oh my god, here we are, fresh-faced, no makeup, and I am so excited to bring this tutorial to all of you. I'm going to be showing you how to do a full drag face, very simple, beginner style. This will be perfect for anyone if it's your first time in drag or if you have done drag a few times and you're just looking to refine your techniques. Our first step is going to be pulling back all of this hair and putting on a trusty wig cap. Alright everyone, let's get started. It has been a long time since Luna and I have been posting regular videos. So we are going to start here with some Elmer's glue on the brows because we're doing a full drag face. So I'm going to go ahead and take this glue and start layering it on the brow. Nice and thick. Now, the glue that you're going to want for this is Elmer's washable glue, the disappearing purple. I find works the best. And the tool that I consider essential for while you do this is a little spoolie brow pencil kind of type deal. And this is the technique that you need to really make your brows flat, is you're going to use this little end here and push the brow hairs up. Like this. Pushing them up so that they lay flat on the face. And we're gonna let that first layer dry. I find that as it starts to dry and the glue gets a little tacky, going back in with the spoolie and pushing the brow hairs can kind of get the ones that are kind of stray and just pop up. So just go ahead and push that back through there, really making sure you're getting a flat surface. Now, depending on how thick your brows are, you might need 1 layer, you might need 2 to 3, possibly even more if you have really beastly eyebrows. I find that I go for anywhere between 1 to 3 layers, depending on the day, how the glue's drying, how I'm using my applicator, etc. I'm feeling like today will probably be a 2-layer day, so I'm going to let this dry a little bit more, and then we'll put on another layer. You can be very generous with the glue, and if you go a little too high or you kind of mess up with the glue, an alcohol wipe or some rubbing alcohol on a Q-tip will do a really good job of getting rid of any excess glue. And this is why I always glue my brows down first. Just get those wrangly beasts dealt with, and then we can move on to the other parts. So again, I'm gonna spoolie, this time being a little lighter with the spoolie because some of the brows are already glued down and I don't want to kind of interrupt that glue process that's happened there. So this time I'm going to be just spooling gently to get any remaining hairs that are still stuck up, because the goal here is to have a flat eyebrow. The glue, when it's dried, should mimic the texture of skin for the best effect. So this is what loose setting powder looks like, and we're going to be using that for a lot of different things, including the brows. Alright, while the glue is just a little tacky still, this is the perfect time to go ahead and, with that dry sponge, press some of that powder on there and press into the glue. Do a light, quick application first so the glue doesn't stick to the sponge, but once you have that first layer there, then you can really start sticking the sponge onto the brow. And I press down really hard to try and create as flat of a surface as possible. And there you go. Your first step is almost done. All right, our next step is going to be concealing the brows to really get rid of any dark color that you have. If you have very light eyebrows, you might not even have to conceal, but I think that most drag queens will have to do this step. I'm using Juvia's Place Concealer. It was recommended to me from Luna, and I have really fallen in love with this brand and can highly recommend their concealer. But if you're just starting out and you're not ready to invest in high-end brands, I totally understand it. You can do an entire drag look with drugstore makeup that you can find at Target or Walmart or whatever. And if you're looking for a cheaper concealer, I definitely recommend the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop concealer. This stuff it works just as well, honestly, and I really like the thick texture of it. So what we're gonna do is take some of our concealer and place that directly on the eyebrow. And this, of course, just blocks out that color, blocks out any brow, also helps with some of the texture, and just gets us ready to do the rest of our base. Now this is where you're gonna wanna take a damp beauty sponge and start to buff this out a little bit with the corner. I'll also kind of prime my eye sometimes with this and just take the concealer and put it on my eyelid, kind of save some time later on. And there you go, you'll start looking a little ghostly at this time. Boo! And now we're gonna go back with the dry sponge and use more of that setting powder to set the concealer that you just put on. Setting, of course, ensures that the liquid you put down won't move and won't budge, so you know you have brows that are completely stuck on there. Now, with the brows covered, I'm ready to start the rest of my face. Typically, I will take a little kabuki brush and just gently get rid of some of that excess powder that tends to build up. And now we're ready to start foundation. Once again, I am a huge fan of the Juvia's Place foundation here. This is the I Am Magic Velvety Matte Foundation, and this stuff I have found to be amazing. You just need a little tiny bit and it will go a really long way. Of course, you can find cheaper foundations at the drugstore. I have used Wet n Wild Photo Focus before. It works fine, smells a little weird, but will get your coverage. You could also use just like a Maybelline Fit Me foundation. Anything, just experiment. If you're really starting out with makeup and you're very new to it, I kind of recommend going for cheaper stuff at first because you're going to be practicing a lot. Once you kind of get your technique down, then you can maybe invest in the more high-end things. But you really can't go wrong with this Velvety Matte Foundation because a little pinch will go such a long way and it's very full coverage. And you're just going to take that and bounce it into your face to cover all of those spots. You'll notice that I don't use a makeup primer. I think they're a scam. I don't think it really does that much. And if you're using a high quality foundation, I just don't find it very necessary. And by God, make sure that you are tapping and not smearing. The amount of people I have seen lately on TikTok smearing with the beauty blender, baby, that's not what it's for. A beauty blender is meant to tap the product into your skin. Just like that. All right. With the foundation set in there, we are going to move on to highlight and contour. This is a part that's tricky for a lot of people, but basically what you're going to need is a concealer that's lighter than your skin tone and a concealer that is darker than your skin tone. And using these two, we're going to create the illusion of light and shadow to create a different face shape. I know, it sounds complicated, but it's really not that complicated. We're going to start with the highlighter here, which is a concealer, and put that on the high points of the face. So I'll show you where those are. Cheeks, and also a great time to cover up any bags. Top of the forehead, down the bridge of the nose, top of the lip, and the chin. This is basically where your highlight is going to go. And now we're just going to blend that out with our beauty blender. Now, you might feel a little ghostly after you've done that. It's very light, but it's okay because we are going to temper it down with some setting powder. We are going to add contour. We're going to add on top of it, and it will not look so bright and jarring. Now, like I was saying earlier in the video, I love this NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer, and one of my problem areas where I have a little bit of an insecurity are the bags under my eyes. They're genetic. I get enough sleep every night, but they're still there. I have very deep eye sockets. And so when I'm in drag, I like to conceal those as much as possible. And so I will tend to use this concealer as well, because I find that it does a really good job of hiding that inner corner. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this now too. And I really like the texture of this concealer in particular. It's a little thicker than the Juvia's Place, and so I have a little more control with what I'm trying to conceal. And I'm just gonna dab that a little bit. And that is gonna do a really good job at concealing the parts that I would like to conceal, while also giving you a nice bright highlight under the lids. All right, now we are going to do a little bit of contour. And there are a lot of different products you can do for contour. I'm going to be using the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop in this deeper color here. And we are going to be contouring using not a beauty blender here because it would be a little too pigmented, and I'm trying to go for a light, politically correct foundation. And we are going to use this brush here, apply this to the brush, and we're going to use this to do our contour. First, we're going to start up here and do our little beige bridge, beige rainbow. And this, of course, will create the illusion of a rounder forehead. And then we are going to do our cheeks as well. Now, there was a time in my drag makeup journey where I really liked to lay the contour on thick for my cheeks, and I really liked a dark contour. But now I'm preferring a more natural contour, so I still like the pigment to be there, but I like it to be a little less harsh. And that's what this brush does a nice job of, just blending it in, creating a nice natural shadow to give the illusion of cheekbones that God didn't give me. And we're going to use this to contour our nose. Now, with this color being as deep as it is, you only need a little bit to contour the nose. And we're going to draw two lines to do that. Now, I also will use this same contour to draw on my eyebrows, or at least the beginning of the shape of the eyebrows, and then I'll go in and refine it later. So we're going to start right about where that natural eyebrow would be, but go up a lot higher for a much, much more intense arch. But before I do that, I'm going to just take my beauty blender once again and kind of soften the spots just a little bit. And here we go. Now, will your eyebrows end up looking exactly the same? Probably not. Is that an issue? No. And with that done, we are going to take once again our setting powder and this time apply it literally all over the face. Let that sit for a few moments, let it bake as the queens call it. Then we're going to go ahead and take off the excess. And then, I know it seems unreasonable, we're going to take our setting powder once more, and this time pack it under the areas that we want to highlight, like under the eyes and on the cheeks. And this is the process of baking, and it serves two purposes. One is when we're done and brush it away, it'll brighten your face more, and then under the eyes, it's great to do a little extra because if you have any fallout from when we're doing eyeshadow, wiping that all away will also get rid of the eyeshadow, which otherwise could stick to your face and make your eyes look very messy. All right, now we are ready to start the process of eyeshadow. And this is many people's, mine included, a favorite part about drag because to me, it's where we see the most transformation happen. So before I get started with the eyes, I am going to go in and fix up those eyebrows first. So I'm going to be taking a darker shade of brown and just taking that eyeshadow and filling in those eyebrows. And as you can see, that really deepens them and allows you to have a nice, beautiful brow. Next, I'm going to be taking some white lipstick. You can use a white lipstick or you can use your concealer. I prefer the lipstick because I really like the dramatic look, but by all means, use what you have available to you. And if it's just the concealer, then that's fine. So we're going to use that white lipstick and apply it under the brow in order to hide the rest of the glue or anything that might have stuck from when we covered our brows earlier. This also gives you a bit of a redo on your brow. If you messed it up and you wanted to refine the line, this is the perfect time to do that with the white. Luckily with drag, there's usually no mistake that you can make that is so serious that it can't be fixed. You have some freedom to kind of do what you want. Now, because I really like a very big eye in drag, I'm also going to take that white lipstick and put it under my eye. And this is completely optional depending on what you like to do. But if you're following this tutorial, then I recommend finding some kind of white lipstick or liner and doing this to really widen your eye. But now we're ready to move on to the shadow and to start creating our illusion. So we're going to start by taking a brown and applying that to the outer edges here and start sweeping that up to give a nice dramatic wing. And as you can see, I've started to create a new crease here that actually follows my eye socket. This is the whole point of drawing on the big brows, is to create a new crease. My actual eye crease is way down here, it's very small, and I have hooded eyes as well, so that kind of crease is not going to do for big dramatic makeup. So we have to create the illusion of a new crease, which is what we're doing. And because I'm going to be doing a pink look today, I'm also going to dip into some red to kind of create a reddish tone for the crease. And now you see we're starting to get some dimension. I'll dip into a darker color here as well to again create some more of that dimension. Okay, I'm pretty happy with how those are turning out. I think I will add a little bit of black just because I really like to have a very defined eyelid. So I'm going to dip into some black. Be very careful with black. You only need a tiny bit of black. Any more than that and you really could end up ruining the entire look for yourself. So careful with the black. I'm going for a cut crease look today, so we're going to take that white again and put that on the eyelid to create a nice base. So that is the white base. We're going to let that dry for just a second and then we'll be ready to apply some eyeshadow on top of it. Alright everyone, the white has dried down, so now we are ready to apply our shimmers and glitters and anything that you really want to pop on that eyelid. So like I said, I'm going to be doing a pink look today, so I'm going to start by applying a white shimmer eyeshadow in the inner corner because I really want that inner corner to pop, and just bringing that up ever so slightly. And then I'm going to dip into a beautiful metallic pink shade that I have. And we're going to apply that on the middle part of the lid. Just into that area that we carved out. Oh yeah. Just like that. And then of course, because I'm Priscilla Cybin and I'm extra, I'm going to add just a little more of the shimmer white and put that in the middle again and just blend it a little outwards. And there you have it, a beautiful cut crease shimmery eyelid. Now of course we have to move on to that lower lash line still. And very similar to the top, we're going to take the same colors, a brown, a red, a darker shade, and work our way down that little area. So I'll start with my brown. And remember, you have that white laid down there, so don't go over the white. Just stay right underneath it. Just connect it to the darker part on the top. I'm going to go in with the red, of course, and a bit of the darker purple. Just near the edge where it will connect. Now what I'll do is take the black once again and connect everything with the black. Now of course this will look dramatic and extravagant, but you're a drag queen, that's what you're going for. This isn't meant to look natural, darling. Now that we've gotten that done, we are going to go ahead and take some eyeliner. Now, my good Judy Luna gifted me some House Laboratories black eyeliner, and I love this one. Of course, you can find cheaper Wet n Wild eyeliners anywhere if that's what you want to go with. And we're just going to go ahead and kind of follow that darker area that we did, create a little wing, and call it a day. And there we have it, a beautiful dark cat eyeliner that is just kind of my signature look at this point. Now, because we have finished with our eyeshadow, we're going to go ahead and take that large brush again and swoop off any excess. Just like that. Now, somewhere around this stage, if you feel like you didn't blend enough, it happens, you can go ahead and use an eyeshadow again just to blend out those edges. So for example, I might take a little light pink shade and just blend out this top here because I want those two sections to meet and be friends. And a little highlight up there never looks bad, especially because it helps to conceal the glue down area. So see, something like that can look very good. We are going to move on. We are getting so close to the end here, but now we need to apply some blush. And since we are doing a very pink look, I'm gonna do a very pink blush. And we're just gonna apply that blush right near the contour and work our way in circles on the cheeks. And something that I've been doing lately that I have found really, really cute is to do a little blush across the nose and on the cheeks as well. So just something like that, and we're gonna accentuate it with some freckles in a second. Now we are going to put on some highlighter. You can use any old highlighter, and your blush brush, a different kind of brush, and just apply that highlighter to the high points since I'm doing a pink look today, I'm gonna go with a pink lip. Just straight up pink today. Sometimes I'll ombre it, but today I just want pink. And girl, you know we overdraw our lips in this family. And then I'm going to take this beautiful duochromatic shimmer and layer that on top. Ooh. And that just gives you that beautiful glossy feel. Like I said, we are going to do some freckles today. It's just something a little extra that I think has been looking cute lately. I use a brown eyeliner for that, and I just draw on those little freckles where I applied that blush earlier. And just like that, you're a deer in the headlights. Okay everyone, I am going to apply some eyelashes off camera, and I'll be back with the final look. Alright everyone, this here is the final look. Yes! So, I'm so happy that you stayed with me for this entire tutorial. The lashes, of course, are really what make the final look and really open up your face to make you look so glamorous. And you know, a little wig doesn't hurt either. Now, thank you so much for watching. As Luna and I have said, we are going to be creating so many more new videos, once a week, hopefully. So please stay tuned. I am going to be showing more makeup tutorials, and I have a few other interesting videos tucked up my sleeve as well. So once again, I hope that you really enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you're new here, go ahead and say hello, because we love to interact with all of you. Because Trash Pop is gonna make the world pop. Bye.